Hey ladies, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be teaching you the soft set technique for mature women. This is actually a technique that I've coined that I've been using over on my Fierce Aging. It's absolutely beautiful. I have to do a full tutorial to basically make it make sense. So I give you tons of different tips in this video. I hope you enjoy it. And ladies, are you ready? Let's get this beauty started. All right, we're going to start with the soft set technique. I'm going to prep my skin first. This is great for mature women, mature skin. I have been doing this technique since I literally made this technique up, as in calling it the soft set, because I started doing it on Fierce Aging last year, when we kicked off the new season, the 6th season actually, which was May of 2024. We're in our 7th season. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. It's really exciting. So I'm going to just prep my skin first, and then we're going to go into this technique. I'm going to do a little bit of a different makeup tutorial today with you. I'm going to use Clarins. This is a toner. It's a hydrating toner. I'm almost out of it. I'm actually very much enjoying this. I don't normally use a toner. And Shiseido sent me a little gift, facial cottons. These are my favorite. I've been buying these for years, and I've been telling you about them. I told you the backstory of why I upgraded to luxury cotton. You might think it's silly, but as a mature woman, you'll know. The second this hits your face, you'll say, what have I been missing out on? Why was I torturing myself? I'm going to just tone my skin really quickly. This feels so good. I had the best Peloton class. It was called the Boss Ride, and I really enjoyed it. So it feels very cool on my face right now. I have another deluxe sample that I received when I bought a bunch of products from Clarins, and this is the Hydra Essential. This is a bi serum, moisturizes and quenches, supercharged bi-phase serum with, with double hyaluronic acid. I just discovered this in my little kit, and it makes your skin feel so hydrated, but this is really light. Even though it's bi-phase, it's just nice and light. I have loved putting this underneath my moisturizer. The bi-phase hyaluronic acid is in my skin. Now, that could be perfect, but I'm going to just take a little bit of this Rose Radiance. I bought this because I actually bought it because I was going to say I bought it because it said rose, but that's not true. I had a little sample I tested, and I was like, I have to get this beautiful moisturizer. So that's what I'm putting on now. Okay, now my skin feels ultra hydrated, perfectly prepped, ready for the makeup. I am getting ready for a live show tonight, and I'm very excited because I'm teaching you now different looks and different techniques. And if you are new to my channel, I do live shows now where I'm basically giving you a more in-depth look at mature skin and how to work with your makeup. And it's just a really great time to be able to feel like one-on-one. So that is tonight. You can always check my website where it says live shows. There's a tab. You can download my app, and that's where you can also watch the live shows. It's just really fun. I love live shows. I love watching different industries do different things. I learned so much. So we are going to now, skin is prepped. I'm going to, you know what, let me just put a little bit more rose lip balm on my lips. You know, it's so funny. When I picked this out, I have no idea how I got it to be. Do you see how it's like this complete angle? The funny thing about this is I remember in high school and beyond that my lipsticks were always flat. They were totally flat. I don't know how that ever happened, but my grandmother hers was like this, but like curled up a little bit. Like it just fit, it like hugged her lip. I don't know what she did, but we used to laugh about it because we were so different. And then Cosmopolitan came out with an article where it showed all of these different shapes of lipstick bullets and what personality they went with. And it was so interesting. It was just so funny that this has something to do, the way it ends up as you're using it, usually when you get down to just a little bit left like this, it has a personality description on it. It's very interesting. I am taking my eye primer. That's my first step with my concealer brush. This is coming out soon. This is a redesigned, beautifully sculpted concealer brush for you. And you just tap into your eye primer. You can see how much pigmentation I have. Okay, this is very normal for mature eyelid. I go into the inner corner, I go up to the brow bone, and I come out to the end. And you can see I'm not putting a ton of eye primer on my eyes. I just need it to be a nice thin veil, and it completely covers, just like this, You can see darkness. I don't want that. I'm going in with a beautiful pinky lavender eyeshadow palette. That would not look good. I would not be able to see the lavender and pink with all of this pigmentation. Eye primer is on. Now we're going in with Naughty Nancy. If you don't know, this palette is named after my Aunt Nancy. She came on the show in 2019. My mother's palette is called Sweet Carol, completely different palette. And it completely, I think my mother named them this because my mother is Sweet Carol, very shy and timid, and my Aunt Nancy is wild and crazy and very naughty. So this is Naughty Nancy, a beautiful palette that you can see more purpley pink. It's just really neat. Now, what I can do though, if I want to enhance, if I want this to be a little bit more of a power punch with the color, I can take my plum eyeliner. I showed this to you before in one of my videos. It was the, I'm gonna put it above. It's basically like every mature woman should know this eyeliner hack. I'm taking my eyeliner. I'm going to give it a base right now for my, doesn't have to be perfect. It can be messy, just like this. I'm going to give it a base because I want more of this lavender, really want this plummy look to my eye. You can see that I'm just adding it in the middle here because it's going to spread. Can you imagine if I was like, okay, we're done. This is the look today. Doesn't it look pretty? I'm going to take my eyeshadow blending brush and I'm going to just blend it out. So I want this to be the base. So it's really like the foundation of my eyeshadow. I almost made like a cream eyeshadow, if you will. Do you also see how easily it blends out? Now that is going to be because of my formula. My formula is beautifully soft and it's not going to be hard. You can't do this with every eyeliner. So that's just something to note, that you're not going to get this easy, breezy blending out with a very soft eyeshadow blending brush. So this is the right formula to be able to have multi-purpose with your products. That's what I want for mature women. That's what I want for you. I want you to be able to take your eyeliner and use it as a cream eyeshadow. I want you to be able to do other things than just one thing. This is multi-purpose for you. Now I'm going to take my Naughty Nancy. I'm going to go into the middle color and take my, I'm very excited. My brushes are clean today, ladies. I've been using my Luxe brush soap and very thrilled that I can easily get through washing my brushes. It's not my favorite task to do. Going into the middle, now we're going to be, you're going to see a nice little sheen. Yes, mature women can wear a sheen. You can wear anything you want. You want to wear matte all day long for the rest of your life, you do that. That is not a problem. But I like to see a little pop right in the middle of that lid right there. It's not glitter. It's not all this shininess. It's just a little sheen that gives your eye that life. Now, I'm just going to flip the brush around and go to the darkest color. And we're really kind of experimenting together right now. I'm going to stay safe and go to the end of my eye right here just to see how much pigment's coming. Okay, great. I love it. I'm going to be able to build this up if I want to. Don't worry about if you were swirling and it's all over your skin. Nothing's on our skin. No concealer, BB cream, color corrector, nothing. So we can clean that up, which is what you should be doing. If you do not, this whole eyeshadow and darkness is going to get muddied up into your concealer. It looks bad. You want to do eyes first, then you clean up, get a nice crisp line, lift the eye, then you go into your color corrector, concealer, BB cream, foundation, tinted moisturizer, whatever you're using. But I'm telling you, do not leave all of this there and then be mad that this looks dark. You already have dark circles that you're dealing with, most probably if you're a mature woman, and then you have eyeshadow all mixed in there. No, we don't want that. Now let me go to the lightest shade. Let me just dust it up on the top here. And then you know what I'm going to do, because I want everything to, I'm doing a little, just, experimenting with the eyeshadow. I'm going to blend it now just a little bit more up into that brow bone so I don't have any demarcation. I feel like I'm getting back to my Robert Palmer, taking the eyeshadow all the way up to my brow, but I just want it to be nice and blended. I'm liking the look. It's still very subtle, as in it's not a ton of eyeshadow. It's just really nice and silky. Again, talc-free, gluten-free. I made them so they worked with you. You didn't have to fight with them and try to make them do something that they can't do. This is very easy. It's really nice. You can take any of my eyeliners and make them your base. I'm just taking my Almay pad. This is the oil-free, biodegradable eye makeup remover. I go to the end and I lift up just like that. Do you see? I have that makeup that's at the end. I don't want that in my concealer. Listen, I've done that before and it looks terrible. So that's why I'm warning you, don't do it. I'm going to curl my lashes first before I do my eyeliner. Why do I do that? Because if I did the most beautiful eyeliner and then I take my eyelash curler to the base, I'm going to be moving around the eyeliner. Lashes are curled. The best thing to do for your lashes. Get them up, ladies. Then you can see them. Everybody says they don't have lashes until they curl them. And then you see how beautiful your eyes look. Taking my Plum waterproof eyeliner, I'm going to go to the base and I'm going to do my natural trick that I always do. I take it to the last lash, okay? Last lash, and you flick. You just flick it up. Now, a lot of you are going to say right now, I can just probably hear it. Nikol, my eyelid drops below my lashes, etc. That's fine. Do not worry. There's a couple things you can do. One, I've showed you the tape that you can use, and you really can't put eyeshadow on, but it will lift your lid and you'll be able to see your lashes. Amazing. I've done plenty of videos. Search my library so you can see what it looks like when you have, like, basically take away the lid. It's amazing. And then if you don't want to do that, you can take your eyeliner and go deep into those lashes. Not the tight line per se, just underneath here. So if it's coming down, you really want to get that darkness so you're still defining the eye. Now, if you want to just drag out or soften up this liner, you can do that just like this with the short smudge brush. You know what, let's balance out the eye. I like to just do 3/4 right like this, right here. Okay, so we're getting to the soft set. No need to worry. We have to do the process because it only makes sense to be able to do the makeup tutorial the way I would do it and then show you these different techniques that are so valuable throughout the entire makeup tutorial, not just really what the title's about. Now I'm taking my Volume Up mascara. You will see that I still have the Little Brothers label on here. I put the date. That is another tip for you that you should be doing, is that you want to throw away your mascara every 3 months. No excuses. I know that you're probably like, oh, I can get 6 months out of it. I can get a year. You don't want to do that. I'm just letting you know, as an esthetician and being super, super hyper about cleanliness and about what you're putting around your eyes, etc., you need to throw it out every 3 months and get a new mascara. So you can see I can literally grab every single lash and you can see the difference. Like, you're going to get that volume. You're going to have, these are going to stay up compared to just having, my lashes are actually straight and then I curl them a little bit, and then this is going to nicely keep those lashes up. All right, so mascara is on. They're going to stay up all day long, which is fabulous. Makes me very happy. Now we're on to complexion. I am going to use my Just Peachy. I have to use my color corrector because now I want to tell you, I have a video coming up because I have really seen, now this is almost gone. I have a little bit of the red here because I had surgery where I had stitches right here, but I have been using a new eye cream that has dramatically changed my eye area here. I'm just waiting for this pigmentation, but it's only been, I think it's been we're going on a month now. I'm thrilled. So I'm going to share that with you soon. So I'm taking the Just Peachy, I'm going up into that inner corner, coming down and coming out. Now this has shea butter in it. That's why it's really important to not use really heavy moisturizers or eye creams that don't absorb into the skin, because you're going to get a lot of slip and slide if you're putting on a nice creamy product like this and you have too much underneath for your skin prep. It won't work. And then I just take on the little pigmentation on the sides, I'll take my Just Peachy. I need to really help lift that color. So I do it just like this. I'm just going to take my concealer brush and I'm going to blend this out just like I'm doing with the brush, like this. I'm not digging in, I'm not making it really hard. It is very light strokes underneath the eye. See how I don't have to go all the way up with the Just Peachy to the lashes, because it's going to move. Come out straight here, lifting the eye, You can also use your finger if you want to have that heat melting into your skin. There's a lot of different ways to do this. You can see how nicely it brightens that area underneath. A lot of the times I don't have to use a concealer. I've heard that from you ladies also, that you can just use Just Peachy, and then it's a great kind of concealer slash color corrector. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my light medium BB cream, and I'm going to do, I only need really, I do a pump. Sometimes it's a pump and a half, but I don't want to put too much on. And then I'm going to take my clean foundation buffing brush, and I just make sure that it's in the brush head. And then the same thing I do this really, just buffing it into the skin. I'm not rubbing it all over. It's just a really nice, lightweight application. This is a really beautiful formulation. Kakadu plum, which is highly rich in vitamin C. I have hyaluronic acid in this product. It's fragrance free. It's really important. It's cruelty free. I just really love this formula because it's not going to be greasy and glossy all over your skin. That's not, personally, for me touching women's skin, mature women's skin for so many decades, I didn't want that feeling. I wanted it to look gorgeous, but set up, but not be matte and not be this high gloss. I just felt like we needed this really nice happy medium that works with mature skin. So you get this. I don't need to have a mask on. I want to feel like there's nothing on my skin. And that's exactly how this feels. So this is the soft set technique. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of my blending brushes. So it's nice and fluffy. I'm going to take my Nikita Banana. This is a brightening powder. It's very, very fine. It's a pressed powder though, because you don't over dispense. I didn't want you to have loose powder everywhere. So this is going to be, you'll see it's yellow, so it's going to brighten. And this is how you do the setting of your makeup for a mature woman. Most mature women stay away from powders. You don't have to if you know the right techniques. So all I do is roll this into the Nikita Banana. Then the areas that I really want to set are going to be underneath my eye. And you're going to see it's like a nice airbrush dusting, just like this. I'll bring it down where I put the Just Peachy, and I'll go into that inner corner. But I don't want to put powder all over my face, okay? So I'm going to do the same thing over here underneath my eyes. This technique is going to allow this product to be set, but not cakey and not having a ton of product sitting on top of your cream color corrector. The same thing you can do in this area here with your smile lines. You can do that to soften this area here and help with the creasing. This is another tip that I have showed you before, and it's worth repeating. This is my crystal clear lip liner. So if you have feathering with your lips, your lipstick is coming out, all these little lines that you have, and it's going outside of the lip vermilion, you can use the crystal clear waterproof lip liner. This is going to be like an invisible border for you. So if you're wearing, so it could be for any lipstick. It doesn't have to be because it's a red or it's a orange. So you could line your lips with the invisible lipstick or the lip liner. This is going to really help with that. I've also used it before. If someone has really deep lines, I'll put it in there. So it almost fills it. So it's not going to grab all the product. It's just a thought for you to think about, try, experiment, see if it works for you. But it's something to think about because it's basically not allowing the lipstick to go and migrate. It's not allowing things to just gather together. Next is my brows. I'm going to just use my milk chocolate and I'm going to brush them up. I have to tell you, this brow has decided to really grow a lot of gray brows. And luckily I have this because I do not want to be dyeing them, worrying about them, being frustrated. I know gray hair, it will not dye and it'll make me nuts. And I don't need darker eyebrows. So I just go in and I color them and I have full control. Now I'm going to take just a mixture of my Classic Beach Glow. This is all cream bronzer, blush, highlighter. What a great thing to do, to be on the go, to have everything in one little compact. I'm going to just put it on my cheeks here and bring it up. You know, I don't have to go all the way up if I don't want to. You apply blush the way you feel confident. Don't listen to everybody telling you how you can't have it here. You can't have it here. I don't, meanwhile, the girls are like putting blush all over their nose. I mean, it's going everywhere. So do what the way you want to do it. I always just laugh when I keep seeing everybody literally putting blush everywhere. The best is we're still doing fake freckles. I think that is so funny. This is the last thing I need, ladies, is more pigment on my skin. I don't need to be doing fake freckles, but I think it's actually quite interesting that these younger girls are doing that. I just saw one girl on TikTok. She took like a brow mascara, if you will. Where did mine go? Oh, here. She took it. She had the brush like this, and she took another like brush and she went up and down and just like splattered all over her face. It looked really good for her because of her age, but I thought, can you imagine if we were doing that? Can you imagine if I pulled that out and I was teaching you how to spray freckles on your face? I think you would say, Nicole, what are you doing? I'm going to take my Cameo lip liner, which is my waterproof lip liner. You know that I love this, just lining my lips. I like to just fill in my lip too with this color. It's so beautiful. I'm really experimenting today with my makeup. I'm going to be using, actually I can mix with, believe it or not, aperitif. So I have just like this berry and the pink together. So I'm going to just put on the aperitif first. I'm going to put on the, actually I can. I'll list everything below too that I'm doing because I'm not putting through my videos, all of my videos to my editor so I can get them out faster for you. It's a really interesting color. I love that it's showing a little bit of pink, but really showing that mauve berry also. It's a very complex aperitif. I'm going to add a little Cocoa 13 on top. Beautiful combo. It's just so beautiful. I really am enjoying this. Just giving me that, just a touch of illuminating my skin. Not too much. It's not over the top. Now, this is the soft set technique for mature women. I hope you enjoyed that. If you see before you missed your skin, oh, I need a little bit more here, go back, maybe a little bit on the chin, that's okay. But if you are having creasing and you're really frustrated, maybe you're using the wrong powder, maybe you're not using a powder, these are just techniques for you to experiment with, see if they work for you. Because again, what works for me might not work for you. I have done this technique on my Fierce Aging series so many times. It's absolutely beautiful. I know you're going to love it. So until my next video, I'll see you later.